Tell us about the story in Norway. Did you go to Norway and you got a contract and everything started to go smoothly?
No, I first came to Strømsgodset. It's a club in the first division, top division in Norway. And I was on trial. It didn't go so well. And I had to go to Sogndal, where the coach told me I had to be ready to play. But at that point, I was not. So I had to go back to Nigeria, and he promised me that he was going to bring me back. Eric Bake, he's the coach of Lillestrøm presently. And I went back to Nigeria and got a invite to the national under 20. And I think for me that was a big turning point.
How did playing for the Nigerian national team help to shape your mentality, your mindset?
Because I had to learn so much more than just playing the game. I had to learn the character of playing the game, which many of these guys I met in the camp had. It's like you have to believe in yourself enough to know you're doing the job and not be arrogant enough to take corrections. So it's you have to find the balance between, okay, I know I am doing the job, and still be open to receive input. And I think this for me was the major thing I learned in the national team. And also I learned that as a striker, you survive by scoring goals. Because if you don't score today, you're out tomorrow. That is the Nigerian junior national team. So for me, that was a lesson I learned, and it stuck with me. So of course now I'm a team player, assist and all of that. But at the back of my mind is still, this is what you're surviving on. The voice is there constantly.
So would you say that going to the national team has made a major difference in your career as a footballer?
Yes, I think in my mind, of course, I've also developed, I've worked with good coaches, good mental coaches. But I think going to the national team, seeing how rough it is to survive, helped me to really toughen up my mind in more ways than I can really explain. It changed a lot in my mindset.
So going back to Norway, so perhaps we can say after going to the national team, you return to Norway a different person, a beast maybe.
Yeah, I think I returned not caring so much what anybody else thought. As long as I know that what I have given is 100%, they could assess and make any judgments they want. And I don't feel guilty about it. I think that was a major shift for me. I think right now at this point that I am, is I must be sure that I am giving 100%, and then the rest is you decide what you want.
When you heard that you were going to Norway, how did you feel? And how did you break the news to your parents? And when you did, what was their reaction?
I didn't know where Norway was, to be honest. I had no idea what country it was. I know Sweden, but I didn't know what Norway was. But I had to start checking it up. Of course, you have the phone and internet and all of that. And then I was like, okay, Norway, okay, Rosenborg. We knew just like the top clubs. And I remember telling my mom, she was the first. My dad was there on the trial the day I got scouted. I remember telling my mom, she was the first person I told I was going to be traveling. And she didn't believe it until the day we were at the airport. Because, okay, who paid for you? Who connected you? Or who is fixing? Because they're not bringing a dime from their pockets. And we're at the airport sitting there, and they still could not believe that this guy is traveling without any of our money or anything like that. And of course, thanks to God, thanks to Atta, thanks to all of the people involved, that was possible. And my parents, I think since then until now, they are just thanking God and just celebrating God.
Amazing. Now, before that moment, what kind of support did you get from your parents?
I can still remember everything clearly. I remember from the first day I told them I was leaving home to the academy until the last day I was leaving the academy. I remember everything. It's from the 3,000s to the 4,000 naira to the, I think the most, I wouldn't say that here, but it's from the 1,500 to the 2,000 to the 3,000. I remember there was the day we had a trial game, and I was so hungry, you can't imagine. I was crying on the phone. I called my mom, I'm crying, and she's like, "Yeah, Joe is part of it." And I was like, "Okay, okay." And she sent me 3,000. I will never forget. We had the game like few minutes, and I was eating outside before the game. So experiences like that happen. Football shoes. My mom is like the bedrock of who I am right now. To be honest, I'm not saying it because a lot of people say it. I'm saying it because this is what it is. She is the bedrock of the person I am now. We don't have so much, but she scrambled whatever there was. I know what 7,000 means to my mom, where I'm coming from, and I wasted that by not going to write a JAMB exam. And so for her to tell me I paid 7,000 and you wasted it, I know it cost her sweat and blood. So that's the kind of home I come from. And for her to give me 3,000 for pocket money in the camp, it was a lot. It was a lot for her. And she sells a lot of stuff, so I understand.
Talking about JAMB, she gave you 7,000 to go do JAMB. You didn't do it.
No.
So does it mean like you only wanted to play football?
Nothing came close to football. There was not even any option, to be honest. I think I was too, I won't say narrow-minded, because I had the clear vision of what I wanted to do and where I was going right from junior high school. I was sure I just wanted to be that guy who plays football, nothing more, nothing else.
So your plan A and plan B was football?
Finish. My plan B was to make sure plan A works. And plan A is professional football. And I'm grateful to God. It's not by my own power nor by my might. But I'm thankful that you can actually dream of something and it happens. Because many of the things I have seen in my life right now, I have dreamt about them literally. But I have never thought about doing anything else in my life. I don't know how to do anything else besides what I do right now.
Let's talk about players who also have inspired you, Nigerian players, who also maybe helped you to believe in the dream, because a lot of them some come from worse situations than yours.
People who have inspired me, I think firstly, I would say, to be honest, Obi Mikel. I've never come in close, but I saw him once when Egypt played Nigeria in Kaduna. We were training by ABS Stadium, and I think it changed it did something to me I would never forget. To just see him that close, and it made possibility look more real. Like, this is actually possible. This is, for us as Nigerian, he's one of the biggest stars. This is John Mikel Obi. And after that, I think getting in contact with big players like Victor Osimhen, like Taiwo Awoniyi, Anthony Uja, I think all of these people inspire me a lot. And funny enough, we are all strikers. So, and these are fantastic strikers. These are unbelievable strikers. And the intelligence of the game they have, the drive to score, you can see it in the way that they do it. Victor Osimhen's energy, Awoniyi's his tenacity, Anthony Uja's intelligence, one-touch finish. So these things are clues for me, and to see where they are coming from and where they are, I think for me that's not just a morale, but an inspiration to what they are doing in Europe, and what Anthony has done is an inspiration. All the days I lived in Lillestrøm, I was just thinking of, this guy did this thing, I have to push more. He's the top scorer for an African, I'm the second. So it's like, I have to.
In Lillestrøm?
Yeah.
Wow. So you are the second?
I think so. Anthony was the first. He's like one of the best foreign players in Lillestrøm ever.
Wow. So you more or less walked in his footsteps.
Yeah, kind of.
And you've also written your own story.
Yeah, like I said, I take clues, because these guys have stepped on good grounds, but I don't walk in anybody's shoes.